Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
The difference between a rookie and a world champion is perspective. See, the difference in skill and ability is minimal, but understanding where you are, who you are, why you are here, that's what makes a world champion. Oh my God, don't do it. Walter, up with Black. Walter, powerbomb. Of all the sickening things, the old Aleister Black would have given up when the fire burned my back against Walter. The smell of burned skin and pain of the shards of wood would have kept him down, but it held me up. If I am to suffer that kind of pain, then I will do it as world champion. Walter has the ability to be world champion one day. I'm sure all of you are tired of hearing it. I'm sure he does too. But does he have that perspective? What I want to do now is prove that my perspective has made me the greatest world champion of all time. That's not a label that you can get. It's one that Wait a minute, Jay White is here, the Switchblade. These two have a long history, Jay White and Aleister Black. White's coming off a win over Cody Rhodes last week. I thought he was having an issue with Damian Martinez. Maybe he feels that that's over after the events of last week. But these two certainly do have some history, and history over the World Championship. Well, Aleister, there's one issue with your quest to become the greatest world champion of all time, and that's that, of course, this is your second reign. You don't mention that first reign very much, and that's okay. I wouldn't either. I couldn't imagine declaring myself the greatest world champion of all time when someone else won my first championship for me. Is this a joke? When I was preparing for our three-way match last year, my team told me that you were one of the smartest, craftiest wrestlers in the world. Clearly, they were overstating the point. I've come to terms with what I did last year, and you can't shame me for trying to make things right now. Oh, but I can. I know it eats at you. I know it eats at you that last year will live forever. That's what people will remember forever. No one will forget what you did, no matter what you do the rest of your career. But I'm not here to talk about that, actually, no. See, I bring it up because in your haste to forget about that embarrassment, you forgot that I never truly had a chance at revenge for what you did to me. I am the victim. You had a match for the World Championship last year, and you lost. If you want another one, earn it. I'm so glad you put it that way. See, I lost while you were being helped by Alpha. You want to take everything from that time in your life and put it aside. So it makes sense then that our match goes aside as well. But I am magnanimous, as you know. So I'm happy to go out there and earn the match I already deserve. So if I beat you in the main event tonight, I get my title match. I accept. Oh God! Jay White goes low on Aleister Black. Unbelievable. Folks, that is official. Jay White versus Aleister Black in the main event. That is coming up later on. And apparently there is going to be a whole lot of animosity between these two men. I can't wait to see this main event match. Well, that's the main event sorted, and as I said, lots of history between Aleister Black and Jay White. So we will get another chapter in what has been a pretty long and heated rivalry between those two men. But our first match of the night, well, we got some real exciting stuff to go before our main event. The Young Bucks. You can't spell excitement without Young Bucks. And these two have come to define tag team wrestling over the last 10, 15 years. And even though they've had a ton of success everywhere else they've been, in GAW the last year, it hasn't quite been the same. The Bucks are really looking to figure themselves out, and unfortunately, it's generally not advisable to do that when you're facing the Gorillas of Destiny, one of the most dangerous tag teams in the world. GOD, former GAW tag team champions, coming off 2 straight wins on Friday Night Storm over the Lucha Brothers and the mighty Don't Kneel. And that leaves GOD in the position of potentially challenging the Usos. In fact, the Usos pretty much made it clear that they know GOD is possibly going to earn themselves another title match. The Usos are ready to see Tama Tonga and Tongaloa again. And they said that the match that everyone wanted, they are ready to do it a second time. And they are ready to make it the best tag team match in history. And I am just getting word here that the winner of this match will indeed face the Usos next week with the tag team championships on the line. So what an incredible show we are going to have next week just with that match alone. Small package early from Tama Tonga, trying to steal this one within 20 seconds. Matt Jackson kicks out. You can see Matt and Nick Jackson donning the t-shirts during their match. This has become a new thing for them, and to be honest, I haven't really seen anyone else do it where they actually put on shirts for their match. But you know what? This is the Young Bucks. This is the kind of weird stuff they do. We know all about that. GOD seems has finally returned to the form they were in when they won the tag team championships last year. It seems that they are back. They are still performing at a very high level. In fact, it was a legendary match now involving the Young Bucks. Look at that, standing sliced bread from Matt Jackson. It was a legendary match last year that allowed GOD to become #1 contenders for the Lucha Brothers Tag Championships at the time. It involved GOD and the Young Bucks, and it's one of the best matches of Season 1. In a #1 contenders match, gun stun attempt countered by Matt Jackson, and a spear. Well, this is what the Young Bucks are about. High-paced offense, and Tama Tonga not having any of that. Matt Jackson to his feet. Tama Tonga now with a gun stun. Nick Jackson will need to be called into action here. Matt's in trouble, and Nick Jackson is there to break things up just in time. Avoids the dropkick attempt, and Matt Jackson stays alive. He would not have kicked out of that gun stun from Tama Tonga, but into the corner he goes. The double team offense is so important for both teams. Both teams have avoided the attacks from the opposite party, and now Tama Tonga with a snap suplex. We have yet to see a tag in the first 2 minutes of this match. That's probably what makes GOD so dangerous. It's obviously they have their style that they are so successful with, but part of what makes them dangerous is that they can fight several different styles. They did it against TMDK, and certainly against the Lucha Brothers, we saw many tags from the Gorillas of Destiny. That's how they wanted to approach that one, and now we will see the first one. Here comes Tongaloa. Tama Tonga rolls out after Matt Jackson hit him hard, but Tongaloa, talk about a hard hitter. 3 lariats from Tongaloa. And now he will let Matt Jackson dive in. Here comes Nick. Nick answers corkscrew forearm. Corkscrew uppercut, rather, but Tongaloa, he was too quick for that, and now both fresh men are in the match. Suddenly, we've got ourselves a one-on-one situation. Tama Tonga and Matt Jackson out cold on the outside right now. So it is just the 2 younger brothers. The two freshest men in the match going at it. Tama Tonga now, bottom of your screen, has made his way to his feet. Tonga Loa may not need him. All he needs is one arm and a turnbuckle. These two teams produced one of the great tag team matches of the last 5 or 6 years when they shared the ring in New Japan. Nick Jackson, springboard, 450, Tonga Loa out of the way. Nick Jackson trying to use that athleticism that he's so known for, but Tonga Loa knows it well, and now Tonga Loa with a DDT on top of the LED board as well. That is solid, solid metal that surrounds that. So Tonga Loa, he knows exactly what he's doing, and again, targeting the head of Nick Jackson. Trying to make sure Nick can't see straight. This is one way to take the freshness out of a guy, just by attacking his head. And that's exactly what Tonga Loa wants to do here. Unleashing with some strikes. And now Tonga Loa with a big drop kick. This match has been mostly GOD so far. And I think that is really due to their return to form as of late. I think they want their rematch with the Usos. Matt Jackson starting to get a little worried right now about brother Nick, and maybe he should be. Tonga Loa head first into the LED ring post goes Nick Jackson. Back into the ring he goes, and Nick needs to make a tag, and he does. Tonga Loa using this opportunity to take a little bit of a breath, and Matt Jackson sends him over the top. That's actually a very, very smart play from Matt Jackson. He is working 2-on-1 right now, so he needs to be able to get out of the ring where the pinfall can be made. And now Jackson comes up with a famouser. Matt Jackson is white hot. He got the rest he needed. And now, even though he is 2-on-1 against both members of GOD, he is leveraging exactly what he needs to do. Oh my God! What a drop kick from Tonga Loa, and I think it broke Matt Jackson's nose on contact. Tonga Loa gets the upper hand with a massive drop kick, and now Matt Jackson could be in trouble again. Gun stun from Tonga Loa into the cover, but Nick Jackson's there. Nick Jackson breaks it up, and once again, Nick is there to save brother Matt after a vicious gun stun. Both Matt and Nick have been busted open by Tonga Loa. He is one of the hardest hitting men in pro wrestling, and now going up top, Tonga Loa's got Matt Jackson in his sights, and he goes up and over with the knees, but Jackson out of the way. Warned by brother Nick about what was coming. Even though we haven't seen many tags in this match and no double team offense so far from either team, this has been exactly what you would expect from a match with these two teams. And again, it just goes to show you the versatility of both the Bucks and the Guerrillas of Destiny. They don't have to fight just one style. The Young Bucks coming off a loss to the mighty Don't Kneel, but because of TMDK's loss to GOD, the Bucks were placed in a #1 contenders match here. The Usos would like to see the Bucks again, and so either way, we're going to get two pairs of siblings going at it. Now Tonga Loa has just taken over in this match. Matt Jackson needs to figure out a way to get a tag in here, and hopefully for him, try to get some double team offense going, because right now Tonga Loa is unstoppable the way he's moving right now, and a gun stun again to Matt Jackson. Float over cover here from Tonga Loa. Nick Jackson won't be able to make it, and the Guerrillas of Destiny are going to face the Usos for the tag team championships. Tonga Loa absolutely took over in this match. 3 gun stuns to Matt Jackson from GOD and the former tag team champions. The team that the Usos beat to get the titles at Nitro 10 will face the Usos once again. So far, no team has been able to best the Usos in fair competition. Will it be GOD? I think it's very possible. That match is coming next week. I'll tell you what else is coming next week. Bianca Belair defends her U.S. Championship against Rosita. We saw the war of words last time on Friday Night Storm, and so Belair will put her title on the line once again. LAX with the opportunity to get a second championship with Hernandez and Rosita. I can't wait. That match, along with the tag championships, is coming next week. Nothing better in GAW than watching Ronda Rousey make her entrance and listening to the ovation that she commands. And hopefully that ovation will one day soon be for the new World Champion Ronda Rousey. She's made it clear that she wants another match with Dakota Kai after unfair circumstances led to 2 losses for Flair against the world champion. And now Dakota Kai has decided that she doesn't want it. She doesn't want to defend against Ronda Rousey, and I can't blame her. She held on by the skin of her teeth to beat Ronda Rousey in a tables match. What is she gonna do against a motivated, baddest woman on the planet? And Ronda's about to prove it. She doesn't even know who her opponent is tonight. Oh, but she does now. New free agent making a tour of the entire world, Ruby Riott. Her first appearance in general admission wrestling. She has been all over the globe in just a few short months. She has been in Impact. She's gone to Japan. She's fought in MLW, Ring of Honor. And now here she is in general admission wrestling. This is, and Ronda Rousey didn't know who it was gonna be. Wow. So let's talk what Ruby Riott is all about. She is a world-class brawler, but maybe her most dangerous quality is her unpredictability. That's going to be exacerbated by the fact that Ronda Rousey didn't know that it was going to be Ruby Riott today. So my question is, at what point did Ruby Riott know she was going to get this match? How long had she had to prepare for Ronda Rousey? I actually don't know the answer to that question, so that could put Ruby Riott at even more of an advantage, but that's a beautiful takedown from Ronda Rousey. I think either way, Rousey knows that she's going to have to go into her MMA and judo bag. That's what she excels at. That's what can keep her on top. I think she was planning on doing that no matter who was going to answer and show up to the ring tonight. No matter who you're facing, if that ability is there, you have a great chance to win. And Ronda Rousey knows that. Riott with a code red. Beautiful Ruby Riott trying to make a statement. Ronda Rousey kicks out. As far as I know, Ruby Riott does not have a long-term contract with General Admission Wrestling just yet. But as we saw in the GAW Academy, as we saw in Storm Chaser all those weeks ago, you can make a big statement on your first night. Ronda Rousey into the armbar. She caught Ruby Riott coming in, caught her with that right hand strike, and Ronda Rousey with the armbar. Ruby Riott forced to tap out. Ronda Rousey has made a statement of her own. That was beautifully done from Ronda Rousey. Look at that, Riott coming in with a big right hand, and Ronda Rousey just too quick for her. She caught her, and Ronda Rousey, even with no preparation time, gets the win. Last week, Dakota Kai came out here and tried to injure Kairi Sane. but that's what she always does. But then she tries to prove a point that she's tougher than everyone just because she can keep saying down for 10 after a cheap shot. But that's where she made a mistake. Because when you start talking about toughness, you've entered my world. And I am the baddest woman on the planet, the toughest bitch you've ever seen. Dakota's been running from me because she knows she can't handle me on my turf. So I'll let her run, but eventually she will have to come back. And when she does, I've got a challenge for her. A last woman standing match for the World Championship. God, she was so annoying, Ronda. You know that? Every week, I want this, I want that, I deserve the world because my daddy said so. Just give it a rest. But actually, I am intrigued by your challenge. So I have an idea. If you don't accept it, I will come up there and beat your ass right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. No need for violence, Ronda. You've really got a problem, you know. Actually, I would like to accept your challenge, but the problem is there's nothing in it for me. So we can fight for a third time, and I can beat you down for a third time. I'm happy to do that, but if you don't win the title, you have to join Team Kick. You have to do exactly what I say, and that's it. Easy stuff, Ronda. There's nothing you can say to chase me away, Dakota. I am ready to be world champion, and I will pay any price. Well, that's it, folks. Ronda Rousey, I'm getting official word now. Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Kai, last woman standing next week, right here on Friday Night Storm. If Ronda Rousey wins, she becomes world champion. If she cannot win the title, she will be forced to join Team Kick. What an incredible show we have coming up next week. But coming up next right now, our main event, Aleister Black versus Jay White. Jay White getting the reaction that he so richly deserves after what he's done in GAW. I mentioned earlier that he does have some history with Aleister Black. When Samoa Joe was the world champion, Jay White went on a months-long campaign to basically wreck everyone around the world championship, attack them, put them in hospitals, almost ended some of their careers in order to get to Samoa Joe. Aleister Black was one of those men, and so it culminated in a three-way match for the world championship. Jay White versus Aleister Black versus the world champion Samoa Joe, and that was the time when Aleister Black decided to turn his back on GAW, join the evil forces of Alpha, beat Jay White and Samoa Joe to become world champion. And so what Jay White was referencing was then a match against Aleister Black for the world championship. After that happened, that match was won, of course, by Aleister Black with the help of Alpha. Now you can go see exactly how that all played out over on our website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. You can see the full title histories of all of our championships dating back to 2005 and this particular time in the history of the World Championship. This was back at the very beginning of our YouTube era, and so you can go watch all of those episodes. You can see how each and every match went down. So Jay White obviously believes that he is owed a World Championship match with Aleister Black because of what happened at that time. I can't really say I agree, but Black has given him the opportunity. Jay White has yet to become world champion in GAW despite attempts at Samoa Joe and Aleister Black. Black now in his second reign as world champion. That started at Nitro 10 when he beat the legendary Kenny Omega. And you can see the difference in how people are reacting to Aleister Black now versus how people react to him when he won it the first time when he beat Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is one of the most beloved champions in general admission wrestling history. So for Aleister Black to beat him the way he did really did not sit right with people, and it was of course then very unfortunate that when Aleister Black finally decided to turn his back on Alpha, he was betrayed by the man who held the challenger briefcase at the time, the Bastard Pac. And Aleister Black, he had his world championship basically stolen from him because of that. So Aleister Black has gotten an opportunity at redemption, and for Jay White, Aleister Black now has the opportunity to face him without Alpha at his side. And I think for Black, it's a big opportunity for him to really prove where he's at as a world champion right now. And for Jay White, it's obviously a big opportunity for him to earn a world championship shot. I mentioned Valeska Pierce earlier from the GAW Academy, and there's no doubt that in GAW, if you beat the champion, you get a championship match. Valeska Pierce did that very thing. Aleister Black has made use of it in the past, so Jay White now will have to make use of that as well. Speaking of Valeska Pierce and her title challenge, if you did not see GAW Academy Storm Chaser, our special event from last Monday, if you did not see that, beautiful Falcon Arrow from Jay White, and now White looking for a cover here. Aleister Black able to kick out. So yes, if you did not see America the Beautiful 2, go back and watch that. That was last Monday's Storm Chaser episode. It was absolutely massive. We saw so many things change in the Academy, including the very first mask versus mask match in the history of general admission wrestling. So you owe it to yourself to go back and watch that. It was an absolutely insane show DDT from Aleister Black. Black running wild on Jay White right now, as he should. I believe that Aleister Black is a better wrestler than the Switchblade. I'm just going to come out and say it. I call it like I see it, and I believe Aleister Black is a better wrestler. Maybe Jay White can prove me wrong here. White off the ropes with a jumping lariat. Most of Jay White's advantage comes in the form of his allies. Beautiful Kiwi Crusher from Jay White. That's how he beat Cody Rhodes as well. Now trying to beat the world champion. No. Aleister Black kicks out. White has used his allies, the power of numbers, to get wins in the past. That's where he's most dangerous. But from a straight in-ring perspective, can he beat the world champion? Personally, I don't believe so. Aleister Black with a standing cutter. And now Jay White knows this all too well. Black Mass. Jay White knows the feeling of the boot to the chin, and Aleister Black with the leg hooked. Aleister Black comes out and takes care of business. Aleister Black, for some reason, going to extend the hand to Jay White. This is more than, oh my God! Jay White came back with a cheap shot. That was far more than Jay White deserved. Make no mistake about that. Aleister Black trying to be classy, and Jay White responds exactly the way that you'd expect from him. Black left laying, and Jay White gonna leave him there, but Damian Martinez has come back. No sign of Drew McIntyre. Martinez south of heaven. Thank God for Damian Martinez. Puts Jay White in his place. White is down, and Damian Martinez. Thank you, Damian, for doing this. And now Black gets to his feet, and Black and Martinez shake hands in the middle of the ring. This is what we needed to see. Jay White left on his back. Aleister Black and Damian Martinez are together, and folks, I am just getting word right now, this is official. For next week, we have a massive show, and we will see the World Champion Aleister Black teaming up with Damian Martinez to take on Jay White and Drew McIntyre. That is coming next week. And that follows, of course, the Tag Team Championship match, the U.S. title match, and our main event, Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Kai, last woman standing for the World Championship. What an incredible show next Friday is going to be. Make sure you subscribe so you can see it, because, folks, you do not want to miss this. We'll see you on Monday for GAW Academy Storm Chaser. We appreciate you.